Hello everyone, welcome to the Medical Device Made Easy podcast. And today we will talk about human resource. And for that I invited Petra. I hope I will not misspell her name. So Ognjenovic, I hope. Is it like that? Is it this?
It's Petra Ognjenovic.
Ognjenovic, okay. So Petra is a human resource. She's working for recruitment in an agency in Switzerland, and she will help us to understand what is the current situation on the market, related mainly to all the changes in terms of regulation for the quality and regulatory people. And I asked her to come to us with some detail, with some cases maybe, or with some information, because I know that you are all working at your place, you are focused on your work, but maybe you want to see also what's happening on the market. So Petra will be our eyes for the next 30-40 minutes, and she will tell us everything. But first, let's have her introducing herself and also her company, and then we can ask her more questions. So Petra, say hello to the EasyMed Nation.
Hello. First of all, it's really my pleasure to be present at this podcast today, Munir. Right. I'm a huge fan, and I'm happy to introduce myself and also the company I work for. Maybe a slight correction. I'm responsible for the DACH region, okay. And currently I'm sitting also in Munich while talking to you, but one of my main goals is also to open up our office in Switzerland.
Okay. Can you just maybe explain to people what is DACH region? Because we have people from everywhere in the world, so I don't think they know everything.
So DACH region mainly means Germany, Austria and Switzerland. And maybe before I introduce myself, I work for the LHI group. Within the LHI group, I work for SciPro Global. SciPro is a life science brand. And within SciPro, I'm focused on the medical devices industry.
Good. So we have an expert on recruitment plus an expert in medical devices. So it's great.
And I love what I do. It's really a passion. And we as LHI Group, we consist of 4 non-competing brands in 8 international offices with over 160 employees.
Good. And you now, who are you?
I was originally born in the Netherlands. My parents are both from Croatia. I grew up in Germany, in Munich. I studied human resource education and management as a master's degree, and as well philosophy, psychology, and again economics as a master's degree. I used to work for Siemens as a working student. SciPro found me, approached me, and I thought this is a really cool opportunity because I was kind of stuck into HR. I was in psychology, economics, also combined it with organizational development. And this opened up a really great career opportunity. And I'm really happy that I joined this company.
Good. Happy for you. So you are, as you said, you are located in Germany, actually?
Yes, I'm currently in Munich.
Munich, okay. So wanted to ask you maybe a more personal question. So the year started, I think, 3 months ago. So we are in April now. What was your New Year resolution?
You have to know I was the top performer in our company.
Okay.
And I told myself I want to be the global top performer again. Maybe not the global. I was in the EU number 1 and globally EU number 1 and globally number 2. Okay. And besides that, I would like to reach again the success and also successfully open up our office in Switzerland.
Good. So this is your New Year resolution as a career resolution, if I can say.
Definitely career focused and driven.
And what is the current situation? It's on the right way, or it's already?
Definitely, because I have great clients, very close relationships. We trust each other. And in my point of view, once you have a relationship of trust, you have to be successful if you have the same target.
Good.
So I can say I'm on a very, very good way.
Good. So happy for you. So I hope you will maintain this resolution, and we'll see that maybe at the end of the year. I will call you end of the year and just see. I will put that in my calendar. Call Petra just to ask her how is it going. Good. So Petra, let's be more specific now in terms of human resource in the medical device world. So as you've said, so you are working in the DACH region, so Switzerland, Germany, or Austria. But I think, as you've said, also your company has more a global view also with many other countries. So what is, if you can say, let's be specific now to Europe. So what is the current situation in Europe regarding the recruitment of quality and regulatory affairs in the medical device industry? So do you have a big picture about that?
Definitely, you can say the EU medical devices market is in a very good position. Exports are increasing, investments in R&D are increasing, therefore new products are released to the market, resulting in a demand which is higher with regards to requirements and so on. And that itself already increased the demand for talents, for sure. On top of that, we have the MDR, the MDSAP, and let's not forget about Brexit and all those uncertainties. So this altogether creates a candidate shortage, 100%, and results also in the war for talents. So currently the candidates have the bargaining power, and the war for talents is a reality.
But do they have also the skill now to fill all those jobs, or there is also maybe some issues in terms of people coming as a newbie, if I can say, on this market, and not having the skills now to help the companies?
Yeah, you have everything in the end. You have people who would like, but they are not ready yet because they do not have the certain background. Then you have boundaries also in companies. So it depends on the individual recruiter in the end, on the individual hiring manager, if they are going to onboard a person successfully or not. I have talked to a lot of people who told me to take someone doing a sidestep was the best decision I did because I could develop this person. The person did not understand at the first day anything, but in the end did the best job ever.
Because so I think you have also to have the mindset. So it's not just learning, it's also knowing where to find the information. So as soon as you have kind of a good mindset and good research skill, if I can say, you can Google things and find the information and then move on the right direction.
Definitely, and also the willingness to learn. Because we have a lot of changes and people need to understand the past, also the future, and they need to invest more energy. They need to go the extra mile.
Oh, great.
So in the end, maybe to also add, you see currently candidates with a background in medical devices or let's say life sciences on the whole, leaving the industry because they are really stressed. At the same time, we see more and more positions available in companies, candidates leaving the market or candidates not being ready or companies which are not interested or maybe able to invest in the education of the people.
So let's clarify maybe this point. When you say candidates or people that are leaving the industry, are we talking about, for example, quality and regulatory people that are already working in a position in a medical device company that are completely leaving, maybe changing to pharma or changing to cosmetic or even changing to automotive, I don't know. So is it this that you are talking about?
Definitely. You know, the medical devices industry is regulated with the ISO 13485.
Yeah.
Due to the MDR, the requirements are higher. So people sometimes tell me, I would love to have a job in a regulated environment after the ISO 9001. And that tells you everything. And I tell the people, please don't, because you have such great career opportunities. And it would be so sad if you would now leave the industry, also with regards to the industry, because we all live in the end of the success of our industries.
But when you are saying, leaving, so mainly that means this person feels stressed because there is too much to do. Is it a consequence because there is a shortage in terms of resources, which means that they have more to do now, or what is exactly the situation for those people?
In some cases, you have people, they just are working over hours, they can't finish the work, and they see this is not going to end well. Those are the first ones who want to leave the market. An example also, talking about the MDR with the management shows us, from our perspective, is still an open question, is still an open issue. And I think everything depends on communication, and everyone should be aware at the moment what's happening in the industry and talk to the people. We do it. We try to keep them motivated. We try to keep them in the industry, because you have also other companies which are really good organized, also very well prepared, have approved their budgets for MDR up front, have already the working force in place, and they also do very well. So we have on the one hand side companies with very, very happy quality and regulatory affairs people, and on the other hand, on the other side, we have people who really now try to find an escape.
Okay. So it's I think a clear message also for some companies, because I imagine that hiring a new employee and training him and putting him in a position that maybe will leave in 6 months will cost also to this company a lot of money. So they think they have also to think about that if they want to remain in business. But yeah, I think it's a great picture, if you can say, in terms of the situation between both sides of the companies. But if we go back now to the market, so do you think all what is happening with all those regulation change, maybe also the situation about people moving to another field, to leaving the market, is this something that is helping or is damaging the recruitment market? So your job, if I can say, is it something that is helping you or making more trouble in terms of recruitment?
Okay, I can tell you it's helping us at the moment, the situation on the whole, because we are specialized. So we know our market, we know our clients, we know our candidates. Everyone is not focused just on the market, but also from a perspective of the regions, to really make sure to have the best candidates in place. So I can tell you, we have a lot of business ongoing. We place mostly quality and regulatory affairs people also within medical devices. Even we have also different opportunities to also do executive search and so on. Yeah.
So if, because I had also the episode with Florent Guyon from the biomedical engineering school, and one of the questions that I was asking him is if there was, how long it takes for students to find a job, and apparently it's quick, really quick. So is this something that you would, I know that there is maybe some people that are still looking for their way to do what they will do. When I will be a grown man, I will do that. So is this a field that you recommend to start, maybe to invest on themselves to learn about quality and regulatory affairs? Or is it just a trend now because of the changes that is happening in the regulation, and maybe in 5 years we will have really less people needed in the organization? Or
okay, in comparison to now, the chance is high that we won't need as many people, but in the end, currently we need them. And what will people do with those people? Are they going to give them other areas to work on? That's something I can't say for now. And maybe to come back to your what you said, that it's easy to find a job after finishing studies. Did you say that also in quality or regulatory, or did you mean on the whole?
No, I mean just because I asked Florent Guyon specifically if how long it takes for the student to find a job just after they finish the school, and apparently said nearly immediately they find something, and for 80%, or can't remember the percentage, people have to go back and look at the episode, and for the last part it was nearly 3 to 6 months and they all find a job. So it's mainly that students currently that are arriving to the market, they find a job.
But to be honest, between us, I think 3 to 6 months is a long time.
Yeah.
imagine once you finish your studies, you are hungry, you want to join the industry, you are career driven, you want to learn. And in the end, you also specialized on either quality or regulatory, maybe also have written your master's thesis in practice, but no one is going to hire you. Okay. Almost no one. It's very, very hard to enter in quality or regulatory, even as a specialist. Because usually if you have a specialist role open, they are also looking for someone with at least 3+ years of experience. Yeah, true. So it's like the chicken and the egg. Who was there first? We don't know. But in the end, we have both. You know what I mean?
I know, because as I'm also recruiting people, and sometimes we are providing a job description that is really nearly impossible to fill. So it's something that is also happening in the industry. But now we are, in my organization, we are trying to change the things and open more internship, open more positions for young people, because we know that the market is a bit dry. So we know that we have to train those people so they know our organization, and that maybe at the end they will stay with us. They will have to decide, but they will stay with us, I hope. But this is an investment that my company is doing. So it's not something that maybe everybody's doing, but we really opened our eyes and we said, yeah, we have to do that. So for me, I understand the fact that for some positions, we really need to find specialists that have already 2-3 years of experience. But on the other hand, you have to invest on students, or you will never find them. You will never find that in few years. And you have to invest now, so then maybe in 3, 4, 5 years, you have really candidates that are qualified.
Yeah, and in the end, that's the right direction. I'm happy to hear that. So you are working for an employer we would definitely recommend.
Okay.
But you see it also the other way around, and that's sad that people have to feel the pain and then start to see, okay, my resources, my people really matter. I need to invest the most I can.
Yeah.
With regards to money, but also communication, to train my people, to develop my people. And in the end, if I develop someone within my own company, that's the best I can do.
Okay. So it's, I think, yeah, we have, as you mentioned, we have to invest some time on the students, if I can say, but also the people recruiting those people, those students, because you've said mainly that you are a company that is specialized in life science. Yes. So this is also a kind of a niche. Instead of being generalist and trying to hire everybody for all the companies, so getting more specialized is also, I think, something that can help or can give more credibility for an organization.
I can give you an example. I just received 3 days ago a call. It was a client. They have an international company, so also within the DACH region, Germany, Austria, Switzerland. And he called me and told me, look, Petra, I'm aware we can't find educated people. I'm looking now for scientific people with a scientific background. They need to be flexible, eager to learn, and they should really seek for a career perspective. If you find people like that, please let us know immediately.
Okay.
So that's not our focus area mainly. For sure we have those people. They apply by themselves. What we do, we work with passive. We call those candidates passive candidates who have a job, but they are not happy because of certain reasons. Individual reasons. It can be everything. It can be about the changes about the MDR, but it can be also something personal, or people who would like to relocate. And that's where we make the difference.
Okay.
Because if a client calls me and is looking for a regulatory affairs professional, in 99% of the cases, the company will know exactly what they want. And as you mentioned, in the job description, this is not going to be translated at all. So we need to sit down and go through, what do you really need of all those things? And did you really see, is it quality or regulatory, or is it a combination? Because sometimes you see clients posting a job as a quality assurance job, but it's 100% a regulatory job. And you know, people are busy and people are reviewing their jobs, and the job postings also very busy. If you don't translate into writing what you're really looking for, you will need us.
to make the intermediary and to really find the screen, if I can say, the candidates, because I think
Yes.
a lot of people that will knock on the door thinking, yeah, this is a good position for me, but at the end, when you will tell them, no, it's the other way around, then they will already, if I can say, leave and give the place. Because I think also the important thing for companies is the screening. Takes a lot of time. We have to make all those interviews. I mean, I sit on a lot of interviews, so sometimes, I had, I think, not a lot of time, but sometimes I was sitting and after 5 minutes I say, this candidate is not the right one. Why is in front of me in the interview? But it's mainly because, or we were not really specific, or didn't really, there was a misunderstanding in terms of position, or the candidates, if I can say, made a really, I would not say fake, but a CV that is really blown up, if I can say, to make himself really the best candidate. But at the end, when you try to test him, it's not working at all. So, Petra, a question I wanted to ask you is, if somebody now wants to go on this market, so which skills is really, really important? So a skill that really people are all looking for and say, I want this guy. And even if I can say, when they ask you that, you say, oh no, I don't want that, because it's something that maybe everybody is looking for, and you know that it's really difficult. So what is something that people are really looking for, or companies are really looking for now?
So definitely 3+ years of experience in the medical devices industry opens up currently a lot of doors.
Okay.
Number one. But you need, as we already agreed on, the right mindset. So people are not looking just on paper anymore. They also need to see, does this personality fit with regards to mindset, but also with regards to the personality to our team, because currently we have a lot of discussions.
Okay.
These uncertainties create a lot of discussions, and this also stops companies from being fast within the recruitment. Maybe just to let you know that what was very important to mention. And flexibility.
What is flexibility? It means a lot of things. What does it mean, flexibility?
So there was a very good quote from Einstein. I don't remember it. It was in German. But it says, in example, you have to be able to adapt to change. Okay. Then you are also intelligent.
Okay. So does it mean that people now, when you say flexible, it's more like in terms of mindset? It's not in terms of, it can be in terms of everything, then also of timing, that they can have to stay a bit more to work, or a bit come earlier in the morning, or in terms also of skills, to say that you have to maybe make the extra mile to learn more, instead of just staying on your comfort zone and learning and just working with what you know. Is it that?
If you look, in example, at the VPs and quality regulatory who have a global role to cover.
Okay.
Those people do not have work-life balance anymore. They have to be available for phone calls at 4 o'clock with the US, at 10 o'clock in the evening with whomever. Yeah. And that's what says us we need people who are really flexible, who are also happy to invest all their time of their life into their career.
Yeah, so I think it's a great example, because I think at this point you really need to like what you are doing. If you are starting to invest a lot of time, and as I've said, if you are also damaging a bit your work-life balance, even if for me work-life balance doesn't really exist, it's something that you have to make by yourself. But I think you have, like I said, to dedicate more time to really invest your time with this company, and I hope this company will reward you by doing that.
Yeah, and the quality and regulatory people, especially the VPs and the senior executives, they need to travel as well.
So being less at home, traveling a lot, having a lot of phone calls, so the dream job.
Yeah, And on the one hand side, you have to be the introvert who is very strong and has cool analytical skills. On the other hand, it has to be an extrovert who can communicate with everyone, to convince also people about changes which have to be performed and so on. So
okay,
it's a trade-off.
The question to you, are you finding a lot of candidates that are fitting those jobs, or you find a candidate that maybe fits only 50%, or does it exist a candidate that fits 100% of all what you said now?
Look, there is always one client, and this client has needs and demands and requirements.
Okay.
And I try to invest a lot of time to understand 100% what the company is looking for. And I already received the feedback that was really the 120% match. So really the perfect match. Good. According to the client. So my father always said there is no 100% and nothing is ideal. And he used to say to men, if you find a woman who has 80%, marry her immediately because you won't find a better one.
Okay, it's a good advice then for people.
Yeah. I would say in recruitment it's similar. So if you see someone and find someone with 80%, you have done a very, very good job, especially with regards sometimes to job descriptions, which are, not realistic at all, as you already confirmed as well up front.
I know that, and each time I know it's just that we are trying to hit to target the moon, maybe to arrive to it, but we never go to it. So
yes, and lose time, and in the end, it costs in the meanwhile a lot.
Exactly.
So, and that's something I sometimes also can't understand, that companies don't realize that. They always look at cost center and profit center, but sometimes they don't translate to themselves that, in example, also quality regulatory is a cost center, but in the end, it's a profit center, because if you do everything well, you will have good processes, everything will be on time, your suppliers will be very happy, and so on, and everyone is going to be happy.
Thank you.
The company will earn the extra money for sure.
I made a video, I think, on LinkedIn about does quality cost money? Is it something that is just costing money? I mean, or not, and I made exactly this thing. So I hear a lot that quality is here just to cost money. It costs a lot of inspectors, a lot of procedures, a lot of things, but at the end we don't see all the money that we are saving with it. So thank you, Petra. Thank you.
Yes, and please all read from Harvard Business School, the human resource-based view of the firm. Please do me the favor. Who is in charge, who is running a company, should invest those 15 minutes and read the article, which is brilliant.
Send me the link, and I will put that in the show notes, and then people will maybe look at it easily. So, yes. Okay, so let's move a bit. I have also another question for you. Is about what is now the proportion in terms of work dedicated for full-time employees and for consultants. So I know that. Currently, maybe it's maybe unbalanced, or it's balanced. I don't know. Do you have more position for full-time employee or more position for consultants for short-term missions?
In the end, it's balanced, because you can say there are companies who invest just in consultants and say, I need a task force. This task force is going to perform the MDR. Afterwards, we will see what we will do. And then on the other hand, you have the long-term oriented companies, which, by the way, mostly succeed long-term oriented in the market. And they invest in permanent people. Okay. So they really invest, and those companies sometimes are also those who are more keen to also onboard someone with not as much experience and develop those people.
Okay, so there is something also that is interesting, because actually, as we have all these transitions that are happening, I think the need of consultants grow up or was really more important, because I got a lot of calls from a lot of agencies that are calling me that I have a 3 months mission for MDR. I have a 5-month mission for a project to remediate all my technical files. I mean, it looks like, now there is more positions for small missions just because of this transition that are happening now?
Definitely, definitely. Once you have a huge remediation project, that's what we usually gain. We work with the project leader together and then also try to place the best consultants we can find on the market. And there is also the same story. There is a huge shortage in the market, so you can't find consultants, good consultants, at the moment. Due to the fact that we are specialized, we already have our runners, we have our database, and we have also good references for those kind of consultants. So don't get me wrong, those people are very, very important, but they are firefighters. So you need them for a certain period of time, 6 to 9 months, and if well planned, those people can change a lot of things maybe your own task force could not. Because they are used to be firefighters.
Exactly.
It's crisis management.
They are firefighters, so it means that they know how it's working. They know that they are coming. They have to solve an issue. They are coming. They solve the issue, and then they move to another task, or continuing to support the company to stabilize the company at the end. So it's it's also a specialty, if I can say, in terms of consulting.
And I had also an example last year. One case, I had to work together with interim head of quality who needed to reorganize the whole quality department according to the MDR and so on. And with those people, we also look for permanent solutions on the long-term orientation. So everything in the end goes hand in hand. And that's also what I love about our company. We can't just do it within the DACH region, Germany, Austria, Switzerland. We try to connect our resources internally on a global scale, and that's where we can make the difference. So an example, if there is a rare skill set, which you can find just in the US, I am 100% sure my colleagues will know about this profile.
Okay. So maybe a question a bit more technical or more that people maybe want to ask you. So what is the range of salary in the different regions, if I can say, for an FTE or a consultant? So is there something that you can say about that? I don't ask you for that number, but really, just a range.
It's very hard, and you can't talk about numbers because in the end, again, everything differs, and it's a very individual decision in the end. But what you can tell for sure, the salaries for permanent and for consultants, so for permanent hires and consultants, are rising definitely.
Because of those regulation change, because of this need. I mean, it's like the market. We have a demand and we have the offer. So now there is more offer. There is more people looking for consultants than a consultant looking for a job, if I can say.
In the end, it's a matter of urgency. And if it's very, very urgent, then definitely. Definitely. And if you want this skill set and it's a very rare skill set, the candidate for sure will know how to bargain.
So does it mean that if now there is some people that are listening that say, oh, I'm asking myself, should I move to another company or should I take a consultant job, etc.? Is it the right moment for doing that now?
Whenever you ask yourself, should I move to another employee? I would say it's the right moment.
Okay. So it's not only because of the transitional regulation, but...
Look, what I honestly tell my candidates, do you expect that it's going to be different in another company? Everyone is currently in the transition period and everyone is struggling because no one does have all the information in place.
Yeah, I can confirm that. Okay, so what are you, let's talk maybe more about your company, so SciPro. So what are you doing differently in comparison to other agencies? Just let me tell you, if I can say, my current situations. So I receive a lot of calls, as I've said to you, from agencies or emails from agencies. And I think I'm not the only one because I ask other people and everybody's receiving. But to be honest, sometimes it looks like it's a job that, they just throw this job to all their list, if I can say, of people. Sometimes I received, last time I was joking because I received an offer for a position as a computer system validation engineer or manager, I can't remember, and they said on the position you have to have this skill, this skill, this skill. But on my CV, I have nothing about computer system validation. I have never made a project like that. I know what it is, and I'm driving people that are doing that, but I'm not doing that at all. So I was asking myself, did they really read my CV, or did they just throw that on every people? And I'm not even taking the time to respond to those people, because at the end they say it's already, there is something wrong here.
Look, it sounds like a tapping strategy or something like that, going through profiles and just sending out the job description or whatever. That's definitely what we don't do, and that's definitely what I don't like. But looking at our competitors, I would say 90% are doing it.
Okay.
You have recruitment agencies in India, Ireland, UK. So all those companies, I would say, are not really taking care about the candidates, about the profiles. They are just trying to do their placements, like a normal recruitment company.
But to you, what are you doing specifically? Because as you said, one of the things that I liked is the fact that you are specialized in the area. So it's not like you are looking at many different positions for many different industries. So you are really specialized. So what is the difference between you and maybe another competitor, or maybe there is a trend now that you are trying to move to, because you also maybe received a lot of complaints from candidates?
There are a lot of differences, I would say.
Okay.
Starting from, and I'm very happy that my company invests those extra money to give me the opportunity to educate myself. So I'm also have certificates in MDR, MDSAP. An example, I love to visit the unique events. I would really highly recommend them. I am usually at every event of the Regulatory Affairs Professional Society, because they give you always valuable information, and then you can understand what are those people really coping with at the moment in the industry.
So just to rewind a bit, so when you said the Q Unique event, so just for people, it's also so Q Unique is managed by Angelina Hakim. So I interviewed her in episode 10, if I remember, episode 10 of this podcast. So if you want to see Angelina and to hear about her and what she's proposing, so you can go on episode 10 then.
Yeah, you should really do it. Highly recommend it. And also the Easy Medical Device podcast, right?
Yeah,
so, makes an example also my life easier.
The best place to listen, the best place to
for sure. Yeah, for sure. I try to develop our people internally. And I also give them the opportunity to follow you, to watch your medical device, Easy podcast, because in my point of view, you have to have the knowledge to be a good recruiter. So exactly. That's definitely where I would say we are, as a niche recruitment boutique company, definitely
so
the best in the
your
market.
Advantage is the fact, as you said, that you already know the regulations, you know what is changing. So I suppose when a customer is coming to you and asking you for this candidate or this candidate, you are talking nearly the same language. So if a VP of quality is asking you, I need this and that because of this and that, it's not just receiving a job description and you are looking for a candidate. You really look for, you really talk the same language. What is your MDR project? Are you talking about maybe technical file remediation? Are you talking about, I don't know, maybe something to change in terms of products, etc., etc. So
yes. Also, is it the whole life cycle? Within what stage are you currently? What kind of skill set do you need? There is also a difference between pre-market and post-market surveillance and things like that.
So you have the vocabulary.
Yeah, and it's very important because in the end you talk to the candidates and they live in this industry. So it's their own language, so they can't translate it with different words. And if you are not able to understand them, you might find a good match, but that's just by luck, I would say.
Yeah, and also I think it's important for you when you are screening the candidates, because when you are talking to them, you already know first if they are skilled, if they know about the changes that are happening, and then you can also directly see if they are specialized in the area that the customer is looking for. So maybe there are people saying, yeah, I'm a quality and regulatory affairs person, but maybe they are specialized in FDA, so 510K, but at the end we are talking about MDR in Europe, and it's a different story.
Yeah.
Good.
And maybe also to mention what is very important for me, as you said, you receive a lot of messages.
Yeah.
You receive a lot of calls. Did I call you ever?
No, and why? Why you didn't call me?
Because I'm waiting for the right position.
Okay.
And I do not try to contact people who are not willing to move. I really try to invest my time to help people who are desperate or who have the feeling that they need to learn something new or to see something new. And what is very important is honesty, transparency.
Good. So I hope, the candidates will come to SciPro, and then, or no, they should not come. You should go to them. So they will have to find to receive a call from you. Then you will have been selected in the short list, if I can say. So Petra, is there something else you want to add?
I can definitely add that I love my job, that I love every single client and also every single candidate. I think it's a very, very serious job I currently have, because in the end, I can improve the life of one single candidate through helping him finding the dream job. In the end, I can help my client to save costs, and looking very long-term oriented, we can also save lives.
Right, yeah, true that we are working on the life science industry, so we have to have the right candidate, the right people to make the right products, compliant products on the market, and for that, you have to, at the end, I hope, saving lives of patients.
Yes,
okay.
And that's my passion.
So Petra, where people can follow you, or where people can see you? I will put everything on the show notes, but if you have a special place where we can hang out with you.
Yes, you can always find me on LinkedIn.
Right.
You can also find us on www.sciproglobal.com.
So SCIPRO global.com.
Yes. And also on Twitter, you can also follow SciPro on LinkedIn. I would encourage you to do that. We also have a job homepage. A lot of people asked me recently, why didn't I find any job postings? Because to be honest, I fill the roles quicker than I post a job description at the moment.
Okay.
So if someone is currently looking or just would like to have a confidential conversation, please let me know. I'm available for you, and that's in the end what's my job, and I really love to be of any assistance.
So if you are looking for a job in DACH region, so call Petra. Petra will help you to find the right position for you. And as I said, I really like your approach for looking for candidates, and I hope there will be a lot of other agencies that will change their way to select people and not think that we are just a number or just somebody that we have they have to make money, but that we are humans. So as I've said, some people are saying, what is your podcast for, or your blog for? Is it business to business? Is it business to consumer? For me, it's more like people to people, so it's P2P. So let's talk to a person and not talk to a business or to a consumer.
I love that.
Great. So Petra, thank you very much. Thank you for helping us to understand what's happening on the market. So if people really want to follow with you, so I will put everything on the show notes. And I hope that they will contact you if they have even maybe some questions about their career, so that you can really help them and find them the right position.
Yes, and the clients as well.
And the clients as well, exactly. Okay, Petra, so thank you very much, and I wish you a nice day.
Thank you very much.